Hi, this is Dustin Burrell with CIS 240 class Windows Server. Basically today we're doing activity 10.4, which is creating static DNS entries. All you will need is the 410 server 2. If you haven't logged in as an administrator, do so now. And as soon as you log in as administrator, get your DNS manager pulled up. If you don't know how to get to that, you can go into your server manager down here. I'll pull this up real quick. Show you guys up here in the window. You basically just go to tools in the section of server as soon as it lets me get there. And when you hit tools, DNS console is right there, just in case any of you guys don't know. Of course, I didn't show you guys how to log in as an administrator, but if you have been doing activities prior to this, you're going to know how to do that. Okay, so the DNS Manager console is where we want to be, and click to expand the forward lookup zones, and then click on your test dom1.local. And when you get here, you're going to want to right click it. We're going to want to go to new host A or A. Maybe that's too many. We'll just say quadruple A. In the new host dialog box, you're going to want to type web server 1. And for your address, what we're going to want to use. That's kind of cool. It was already marked for me. You're going to want to use 10. Oh, here we go. 10.10.10. No, I apologize. 10.10.1.11. And after you get the IP address into the correct box, click to the select create associated pointer, which is our PTR record. Put it right there. Click the add host button. The host that we want to, let's see here, warning, the associated pointer record cannot be created, probably because the reverse lookup zone cannot be found. Oh, okay, I was having this issue before. That's not going to be too big of a deal, because all we're going to have to do is add a zone here. And we do that later on in the steps. So we'll figure that out. Actually, I'm going to put the zone for the reverse lookup zone right here. I'm going to add a new zone. So if you just go here, right click, new zone. And the lookup zone that I want to create for reverse lookup zones would just be click next right here. And I apologize, I'm kind of skipping up to step 7 because it's not allowing me to do this, and this is exactly what happened the last time I was doing this. So we're going to stick with primary zone and then click next. So as you click next, make sure you accept your IPv4 reverse lookup zone. You want that, click next. And then for your network ID, just type in 192.168 because I just want to show you an example of your IP address being in a reverse lookup zone. See that? But we don't necessarily want 192.168. We want 10.10. And now you'll see the reverse lookup zone 10.10.inaddr.arpa. And that's the name that we want to create right there. So, click next. Click next again. On here, we want to allow both non-secure and secure dynamic updates. Click next, and then click finish. Okay, so I had that issue last time. I don't know if I was necessarily supposed to have a 10.10.inaddr right up here, but you obviously saw the error. It wasn't being able to find it because it wasn't in reverse lookup zones. Okay, so I kind of skipped up to 7, and now we're going to go back to making the new host dialog inside test dom1 local. So let's go here, right click here, new host A or quadruple A, and you're going to type web server 1 dot test dom1 dot local. You guys are figuring that out. It's web server 1.test domain 1 local abbreviations. Okay, and we want to put in 10.10.1.11. And yes, we want to keep this create association pointer, PTR record, add a host. Host record web server 1.test.1 local was successfully created. Okay, excellent. So let's press OK. And then done. So we created that. Open up a command prompt. I believe I have one open down here. If you guys don't have a command prompt open, you can easily, you'd have to hit Control Alt Delete and go to Task Manager and then you can pull it up. But I luckily saved mine right here. So we'll just keep moving along. In the command prompt, you want to type ns lookup web server 1 dot test dot test dom1 dot local. Make sure that's all spelled correctly and then hit enter. And again, I apologize. I'm trying to show you how this works, and I thought I got it out, but you're supposed to get an unsuccessful command here saying that you don't necessarily have the created RLZ name. But remember when I skipped at step 7 because I couldn't continue? That's what I did. I went and created the RLZ name on the DNS server. So now we would be at step 5 in the DS Manager console. Right click, test DOM local again. We're going to go back into here. Let's get it back to size here a little bit. You're going to go back into your DNS console, manager console, and we're going to right click, test. Jeez, what is it? Dead or something? There we go. Okay, we're going to right click, test.1.local. Right here. This time we're going to give it a new alias C name. And this shows up again. So in the new source record dialog box, just type www. Just 3 W's. In the alias name text box in the fully qualified domain FQDN for target host text box, type web server. And that's this one right here. You didn't follow everything I just said there. www. Oh, I'm sorry. We already had the W part. Web server 1 dot test DOM1 dot local. Let me double check if that's what it was. Okay, the web server 1 dot test DOM1 dot local looks good. And then hold on. Misreading my steps here. Okay, we're good. Click OK. Oh my gosh, I hate this scene. I always apologize to you, Randy, about that popping up during my videos. Okay. So, now we're at step 6. Go back to the command prompt, which is right here. And now you're going to type in ns lookup www.test1 no, wait, testdom1 testdom1.local ns lookup www.testdom1.local and then press enter. See there, server localhost 127.00.1 web server 1.testdom is the IP we put in, 10.10.1.11. So that's all looking good now. The command returns the address web server 1 test.dom1 local and lists the alias name www, which you do see right there. So that's good. So in the DSN manager, we're back to step 7 again. And this is how it would be if you did this like for your first time and you got everything out of your system correctly and then redid it again. So we're going back to the DNS console manager again. And inside here, this is where we would go to reverse lookup zones. Select it and then right click it and then click the new zone. In the welcome window, the new zone wizard, click next, accept the default. This is how we just created this right here on step 7. So we don't need to do that again. And step 8 was where we entered the 192.16 address just to show that it's flipped around and reverse lookup zone name. And then on step 9, over the network ID, I typed 10.10 to make sure that we would create the 10.10.in/addr.arpa command inside the reverse lookups. So after we do that, we did in dynamic, in the DNS manager, expand the reverse lookup zone. So we're at step 11 if necessary. Click to select the 1010 in addr.arpa name, and then right click it. When you right click it, click new pointer PTR. Okay? In the host IP address text box, the address is started for you with the 1010. Type 111. No, that's not. Okay. The lag on this is ridiculous sometimes. It worries me. And in the host name text box, which is right here, type www.testdom1.local. Okay? And in the host name box, host name text box, type www.testdom1.local. I already did that. Sorry, I'm rereading myself. Click OK. At the command prompt window again, we'll go back to that. This time type ns lookup 10.10.1.11. Press enter. You should see the www.testdom1.local record return, and it did, and we are good to go. And that is all there is to this activity. Go ahead and close your prompt window. Enjoy the rest of your night, or continue the activity 10.5. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night.